So hi, welcome back to the channel. Bit of a change this week, the wife's taken over and we're in the Peak District.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you.
So I got the camera back off the wife, fortunately. Welcome back to the channel. So we've come out for a bit of a hike this afternoon. It's the bank holiday weekend before the King's coronation, and we've come, as I say, to the Peak District, to an area called Hallam Moors, just outside of Sheffield, and parked in the Red Myers car park just back there. And yeah, there's a couple of things we want to have a look at today. There's an old sort of spooky house thing, which I saw in a video from Hay and Kyle. Steve recommended them to me. So we're going to have a look at that. And there's a set of rocks down this way as well, and I can't remember the name of them, but when we get there I'll talk about them. And yeah, also going to have a look at Wyming Brook, somewhere else I've never been. So yeah, it's about a 6-mile walk, and yeah, I brought my camera with me as well, so hopefully we can get some shots. So let's go and see what we find.
It's just us two, me and you.
As we can see, the hubby has one of his other toys out to play with.
I can't believe you love me. I just feel so lucky. Still can't believe you love me. Falling into your arms, dancing up in the stars. Oh, where I'd rather be than with you.
So we've just been walking down the path, had a bit of a fly of the drone, and got to a point here where we turned left and followed this long route all the way down to the spooky house. So on one of the videos I watched, it looks like it's quite a hidden place, and it's certainly not marked really well on the map, but it does look particularly interesting, especially for photos. I think it's like an old sort of waterboard building of some sort, but yeah, you'll see why it's interesting when we get there.
Oh, the joys of being a photographer's wife. Oh, the joys. I've left him down there. He's doing his piece to camera, chatting away. And this is where he brings me.
Okay, so we've arrived at the spooky house. It's not that spooky. Yeah, as you can see, it's quite an interesting looking building. I think it must have been like an old pump house or something for this reservoir just here. Not sure, but it is definitely owned by Sheffield Water Supplies. So I have just framed up a shot, taken it. I've not bought a tripod with me today, just going completely handheld. And you've got this weir here, leading across here to obviously spooky house in the background there. What I'm doing as well, I'm balancing the house against this tuft of grass just here. And it's quite a nice scene. What I'll do, because the clouds are quite moody looking at the moment, might darken those down a bit, but it should make quite a nice image. If anything, just a bit of a memory shot really of coming to this location. It's a fantastic looking location. Just imagine that with some beautiful light. I think it'd be great. So yeah, the wife's already gone over there.
So I thought I was coming on a nice adventure. Turns out I'm a film crew assistant for my husband. Oh, the joys.
Gonna go make sure she doesn't get attacked by the ghost. So I'll put this on screen now. Did you survive the ghost?
Yes.
She's all right. As you can see, it's a pretty cool place. I mean, look at some of this old furniture in here. Got this old, I guess, workbench or worktop or something. Real old sort of fire there, stove, and yeah, a bit derelict. Unfortunately, seems a lot of people have well camped here and not taken their shit home with them, which really, really irritates me. But yeah, just so annoying. So it's a bit of a strange building because obviously you had that door I've just been through there. Then you come around the other side of it and you've got another door you can go in, but it's like two separate rooms, but there's no sort of adjoining door in the middle. So let's go and have a quick look. I'd say it's the lesser of the interesting rooms, but you have got another old stove in here and a massive hole in the roof. But if you're out on these moors and the weather got a bit rough, would be a good place to come and just have a quick shelter. Okay, so I've just framed up another image, and as you come across from where we just walked, which was over this way, you have to come across these little bridges here, and there's these steps leading up all the way to the spooky house. So I did a bit of a portrait image, basically of the steps coming in from the right all the way up to the spooky house, and yeah, should make quite a nice image actually. I really, really like it. As I say, portrait orientation. I had to be really careful, and probably could have done with a slightly wider lens because right on the edge of the water here, so nearly took a swim. But I'll put this one on screen now. That's us done for this location. Very, very cool location. Definitely somewhere I'm going to come back to at some point when the light's just right. But still, I think those images that I got, those two images, should turn out quite nice. A little bit of processing, maybe a black and white on those stairs ones. We'll have to see. But yeah, I think the missus is quite happy. Happy?
Happy.
Happy. So we're going to head now pretty much down the path that we came up this way, and going to head down towards Wyming Brook. And yeah, we'll give you an update when we get there. as I said, we were walking back up the path that we walked down earlier. We got to this almost like a crossroads here. We're going to take a left here, down the valley there, to a place called Headstone Rock, I believe. And when we get there, we might have a quick look round. It doesn't look too interesting for the video I've seen, but we might take a right then towards Wyming Brook. And that should be quite interesting, especially as it's now spring, and obviously all the colours are starting to pop. So yeah, let's have a look.
We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through. No limit to.
Just a word of warning as you are thinking about coming out this way, obviously with the big open moorlands and the peat, it's a bit boggy in places, so make sure you wear some good boots.
Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
So we're right at the Headstone Rock, and yeah, it's quite nice. I'm not going to take a photo of it. The light just doesn't really work in this light for me, but I think you could, in the right conditions, with the right light, actually come away with a pretty nice image. And I'm guessing it's somewhere that's not shot too often either, because it's proper off the beaten track. So yeah, I think we're going to make a move on from this place and head to Wyming Brook now. So let's get a move on. Right, so we've just come back from the headstone, which is just up there, and we were going to go down this way and join the back end of Wyming Brook and sort of walk down there. But there's another path here which kind of cuts that corner off slightly, so yeah, we're going to have a look down here instead. You come in. Right, so we're almost at Wyming Brook, which is just down here, and we just came across this little rocky outcrop here, and just thought we'd have a bit of a sit down for 5 or 10 minutes. The trees down in the valley there are looking beautiful, with beautiful spring colours, beautiful lime greens, so yeah, we might actually get some images down there if we're lucky. So as I said, we just stopped here for a quick bite to eat, and it looks like the wife's been raiding the kids' snack drawer. Love animals. about the spooky house earlier, but the scariest bit of this walk for me was coming down there. It was quite sketchy in places, a few big drops and quite slippy, but we both made it down to this main path here. We probably should have stuck to our original planned route, but it is what it is. So I'm going to head down now this way and yeah, have a look at Wyming Brook.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I've become.
This is where we should have come down. A lot more civil.
I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me to go.
Walking through the woods down this main path here, and to the left here there's this pine forest in the background, which obviously is quite dark, but just look at those beautiful spring greens. What I've been looking for as I walk along here is quite a scene that's not so messy, where I've got some of these lime greens set against the dark background here, but as you can see at the moment behind here, it's just a bit of a mess. It's trying to make some kind of sense of that chaos. So if I do see something, I'll stop and talk you through it, but at the moment, yeah, it looks nice, but it's not a photo.
What you give, you get to keep. So long, farewell, bye-bye. Let's have a toast for the...
So as we're walking down, there's a lot of these signs on the fences, and basically you can see this massive clearing in the woods here, and that's because of Remorum dieback, which is something I've not heard of before, but basically they're having to fell all of these trees because there's got a disease which can apparently spread really quite badly. So yeah, quite sad, unfortunately.
It all behind. I think it's time for me to go. Burn all bridges, all I know. I got lost along the way, fell between the fold, pulling stitches.
Hopefully you can hear me okay. We're just coming up to this weir here on Wyming Brook. I'm not going to bother photographing it because man-made things like that just don't really interest me. I don't mind shooting old buildings like we shot earlier, but man-made waterfalls just don't really do much for me. So I'm going to leave that one, but I'm going to walk up this path up here now and yeah, see if there's any further shots with the cascades further up.
Behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Look at me, man, what I've become.
So I just tried framing up a shot with these cascades here. They look quite nice, but I don't know, just not working for me. Those who have followed my channel for a while will know that I'm not a great waterfall photographer, but I'll put this one on screen anyway, but I don't think it's much. So we're going to carry on a bit further up and see if we can find anything else. Put my camera on my capture clip, just to make it easier in case we do see something, I can quickly get it out, try and frame up a shot and see if it works. Photographically, I'm really struggling. I mean, it's a beautiful place, but I don't know if you can make it out on the camera, but just back here, if I come out of focus, there's a lot of broken branches and fallen trees. It's just making it look really messy. I just can't find a clean shot. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get any photos from here, if I'm honest with you, but still, had a fantastic hike. So, yeah, one place to come back to when I've got my photographic head on.
So the original plan was to come for a hike, some husband and wife time, and get out in the country. And then he said, I'll mic you up. I thought, okay, I'm not sure what's going on, but fine. And then he says, oh, you can do some filming. I thought, right, okay.
Yeah, so we made it to the top of Wyming Brook now. As I suspected, I didn't find any photos on the way up. Yeah, it's a difficult place to shoot, I think. I think I need to just come here with pure photography in mind, not having just done a 5, nearly 6 mile hike. So it's definitely one I'll return to in the future. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. It's just a short walk back to the car now. And so I think we're probably going to end it here. So as I say, thank you very much for watching. Thank you to my assistant producer, and see you soon.